Hi guys, I'm here to tell you the hard truth about Golden State Warriors. I've been hearing and seeing a lot of calls for Andrew Wiggins, the 2022 Finals MVP runner-up, next to Steph Curry, to be traded this coming deadline.
Been down by 16. Can they turn Wiggins over? Yes, they can.
The Warriors probably have decided to move on, but I don't think it's from Andrew Wiggins. The player I am talking about is the one-third of the dynasty, the heart of the team, the vocal leader, Draymond Green. See here, when your franchise leader, your 7 billion magnate, your future Hall of Famer, and in Stephen A. Smith's word,
The greatest shooter that God has ever created. The dude that has you petrified from the moment you step past half court. The one that has you shivering. The one that has you shaking. The one that has you in panic mode is one man. And one man above the crowd. And his name would happen to be Stephen Curry.
tells this about you. With all the sadness he had and backing up with an awful game by scoring only 17 points because of the burden of the decision to let go at this point.
For Draymond to, you know, take care of himself. I know there's questions on what the suspension actually means time-wise and all that, and conversations we had yesterday were about him, personally, and making sure the focus is getting right, getting.
To see what they can get for Draymond at this trade deadline tells everything about the decision they've made already. Mike probably told Steph that the best ability is availability, and right now they probably need it, but because of the shenanigans of Draymond, he become out and unavailable.
The bigger impact will be, how we do the next 15, 20 games. Draymond, his ability this year has been great. His availability is not. And that'll probably determine, where we go more than this specific incident or
Let's see all the games that happened for the league to come up with this indefinite suspension. You see here Draymond being suspended 5 games after the altercation with Colbert. I heard everyone defending him that he only defended his brother, which was his number one goal.
They'd have to go to replay and look at all of this, but Klay Thompson.
That was a lot. And then Draymond headlocking Rudy Gobert. Just the
He did not see what was wrong with what he did because he was clouded with the Gobert hate. But if you want to protect your teammate, should you have grabbed Clay instead or put yourself in between to not escalate the scenario? Imagine guys if this was LeBron, AD, PG, would he grab his neck for Clay? I don't think so.
Anytime there's a situation and a teammate needs you to come to their defense, I'm going to come to their defense, and that's just that, especially with someone that I've been playing with for 12 years.
For the game, I was telling myself that Steph is not playing, so I know Draymond's going to try to get ejected. Because every time Steph doesn't play, he doesn't want to play as well.
What's my comment about what he said? No comment is a comment, right?
Another scenario is his heated talk with Donovan right here. I mean, the ref should not and would not review a prior play to assess what happened. But because it was Draymond, they did it. I believe it's just basketball play, a few push here and there, and pray the refs won't see it. But what makes it worse is that Draymond engaged with the trash talk with Donovan. If after Donovan shoved him and would probably just walk away and raise his hands, Donovan probably will get a tech while continuing to talk and Draymond gets his free throws.
He's saying don't do that on the other side. Yeah, he did that on purpose. He was upset about.
We'll pick the shooter from the bench to shoot the 2 free throws, and we'll shoot
So that's what they took so long.
And to put the cherry on top, Draymond took a swing to Nurkic. An unwanted swing, unnecessary and excessive. A pointless thing to do. As a veteran, you know by now that was an automatic flagrant 2.
To it.
Oh, man.
Well, that's going to be a flagrant.
Yep, for
and now
sure.
they're going to just try to decide.
Getting himself to have an indefinite suspension, something the league and the Golden State front office decided together. Even the new acting executive director of the National Basketball Players, Andre Iguodala, have signed off.
You know, the good thing about this, Stephen, is that from the league office perspective, from the Players Association perspective, and from the team perspective, every single entity is on board with each other. We are all in agreement on this. There's been no pushback, any of that. Everybody's on board with, you know what, this is the right thing to do to help him get better.
With how the young players step up during their absence, how JK locked down Tatum, Pod's creating shot for Curry in the starting lineup, TJD protecting the rim, I just don't see how you inject Draymond back in the rotation and be a starter again, especially when this three is playing like this. All of this makes you think the Warriors probably closed that window and even protecting him not getting injured until they get all the calls for Draymond to make the trade possible. Honestly, guys, between him and Wiggins, they probably have high hopes with a 28-year-old Tatum and Brown stopper, humble, down-to-earth, two-way Wiggs, who can climb back to his best from the bench. An Andre Iguodala type of six-man in the making.
Up to Tatum, 5 on the 24. Wiggins, hand up. Tatum in and out, pull the...
Draymond right now has no choice. I know no one can change him. He can play as long as he wants to. But just a reminder that Adam Silver suspended the future face of the league, Ja Morant, removing his chance to a max deal just to correct his attitude. What do you think Silver can do to your career?
Long time about not just the consequences that could have on his career, but the safety issues around it. Could have injured, maimed, killed himself, someone else with an act like that. And also the acknowledgement that, as you said, he's a star. I mean, he has an incredibly huge following. Yeah. And that my concern, and I thought he shared with me, that millions, if not tens of millions of kids globally would see him as having done something that was celebrating in a way.